from very beginning. Here my intention, everyone has to understand my classes. Everyone has to understand my classes. Even beginner also has to understand my classes. Okay. Yes, non-IT background guy also should understand here. Okay. Yes. So even don't have any knowledge in software field, they should understand. Non-IT backgrounds. Non-IT background guys also should understand my classes. Okay. Yes, even don't have any knowledge in software field, they should understand my classes. Okay. So for that reason, I'm starting from very basics. Starting from very basics. Starting from very basics. Basics. Finally, I will take to high end. Okay. See, I'm starting from very basics. See, yes, computer ware. Yes, is very first point in the software field. First step in the software field. Starting from basics, finally I will take to high end. By the time of finishing course, yes, you must be in a position to put up minimum 4 years of experience. 4 years of experience you have to put up. Yes. So that level you have to reach. Yes, in that level I will train you. Okay. So you can be starting as a beginner without any IT knowledge. Finally, by the time of finishing course means 75 days of 75 days. Your course 75 days of journey. Is 75 days of journey. Yes, by the finishing 75 days of journey, you should be in a position to put up 4 years of experience. That level I'll train. That is my guarantee from my side. That is guarantee from my side. Okay, so let us start. Computer web. So computer web. See, computer web basically two categories. Two categories. There is a hardware and next software. Hardware and software. So what is hardware? Hardware. Hardware. These are physical components of a computer. Hardware are the physical components of a computer. Physical components like keyboard, mouse, monitor, hard disk, motherboard, RAM, all the hardware components. Yes, we can touch all that components here. All that components we can touch it. Okay. Yes, but we are not hardware engineers. We are not hardware engineers. We are the software. So let us move to software here. So software, what is software? See here, in basics also there are some unknown facts. In basics also there are some unknown facts. Even some guys having 10 years of experience, they don't know about some fundamentals. There are some unknown facts. There are some unknown facts here. Even guys having 10 years of experience in Java, they don't know about some fundamentals. Okay. Yes, even some guys, they don't know what is interpreter and compiler. Still, they don't know what is exactly interpreter and compiler here. Okay. So what is exactly interpreter and compiler? Yes, they can't answer exact answer. They can't give exact answer. Even 10 years of experience is there. They can't answer properly here. Okay. Just you ask any of your friends who are already working, how many generation of language? Just you ask them. Suppose some guy is having 10 years of experience, 10 years of Java experience. Just you ask your friends, any your seniors, your friends, how many generation of languages? Just you ask them. No answer. They will not give any answer. Next, you ask them, what's the exact difference between interpreter and compiler? No answer. They can't give proper answer. Okay. See here. So once you started facing interview, every question you have to answer. That is my intention. Every question, what are the question you facing? Every question you have to answer, including fundamentals. Including fundamentals, you have to answer. That's the reason I'm starting from very basics. Where every question you have to answer. Okay. Yes, let us start. What is software? What is software? See, in software, yes, everything is a program. In software, everything is a program. Okay, everything is a program. In software, everything is a program. In software, here, everything is a program. Yes, it's a collection. Yes, it's a collection of programs. It's a collection of programs. It's a collection of programs like C, yes, C++, Java, yes, maybe Python, yes, all the programs. Python, yes, maybe HTML. Like there are different programs here. Yes, it's a collection of programs. Software, it's a collection of programs. Software, yes, it's a collection of programs like C++, Java, Python, Hadoop, HTML, Yes, different kind of things. It's a collection of programs. Okay. Yes, software basically two categories. Software basically two categories. Two categories. Two categories. Software basically two categories. Software basically two categories. Two categories. Software basically two categories. Two categories. First one, yes, system system software. First one, system software. Second one, application software. Second one, application software. Second one, application software. Software basically two categories. Basically two categories. First one, system software. Next one, application software. See, Java comes under application software. Java is a application software. Java is a application software. Yes, let us see one by one. System software. So what is system software? Let us see. So what is system software? System software. System software. See this one interacts. This one interacts with hardware components. This one interacts with hardware components. Interacts with hardware components. Okay. System software, this one interacts with hardware components. System software, this one interacts with hardware components. Okay. Yes, example here. Example. Yes, system software to interact with hardware components. System software. One second. One second. Yes, system software. System software. Yeah, this one interacts with hardware components. Fine. Examples. Examples. Device drivers, device drivers, and operating systems. And operating systems comes on this category. Operating systems, device drivers, and operating systems. Okay, operating systems like a Windows OS, Linux OS, and Unix OS. Yes, operating systems. Okay, so these are comes on the system software. Okay, yes. Next, application software. So what is application software? Let us see. Application software. What is application software? Application software. See, application software. Yeah, this is for the purpose of application development. For the purpose of application. For the purpose of application development. For the purpose of application development. For the purpose of application development. Okay. Yes, application apps. There are different apps we are using daily. Yes, in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life, we are using many applications. Many applications. For example, Facebook is application. Yes, I hope everyone in using Facebook here generally nowadays. Okay, Facebook is an application. Yes, suppose Flipkart online shopping. It's an application. Yes, Flipkart is an application. Okay. Next, yes, WhatsApp is an application. WhatsApp. Okay. So WhatsApp is an application. Flipkart, WhatsApp. Yes, next, Gmail is an application. Yes, Google search engine is an application. Twitter is an application. Yes, all the applications. Different applications perform different transactions. Okay. Yes. To develop this kind of applications, we need application software. Okay. Yes. See, application software for the purpose of application development. Yes, to develop this kind of applications here, we need some softwares. We need some software. They are called application softwares. They are applications like Facebook, Flipkart, WhatsApp, Gmail, all the applications, maybe company websites, banking applications, okay, stock exchange applications like this, many applications. Yes, all the applications. To develop all the applications here, we need some softwares. We need some softwares. Those are called as application softwares. Application softwares for the purpose of application development. Yes, application softwares. Example. Java is the application software. Java is application software. C is the application software. Next, Python is the application software. C++ is the application software. Yes, Hadoop is the application software. Database. Databases like Oracle database, MySQL database, databases, application software. Next, ERPs. ERPs like SAP ERP, Oracle ERP, their application software. Next, tools. Some tools like testing tools, just like Selenium tool. Next, reporting tools like BA tools, reporting tools like ClickView, Tableau. All are their application softwares. Okay. See here, except yes, except operating systems, except operating systems, all are application softwares, all are application softwares, all are application softwares, all are application softwares, all are application softwares. Okay, yes, except operating systems, except operating systems, all are application softwares. Operating systems like Windows, Linux, Unix, their operating systems. Yes, Windows OS, Linux OS, Unix OS, Mac OS. So all these are operating systems except OS. Except that all are application softwares. All are application softwares like Java, Python, .NET, C++, Hadoop, databases, maybe some VA tools, business intelligence tools here, reporting tools, some reporting tools. Yes, SAP ERP, Oracle ERP. Yes, everything is application software except ways. Except ways, all are application softwares. Okay, fine. So Java comes under application software. Yes, our topic is application software. So before going to actual application software, let us see something about ways. Okay, yes, let us see ways. This is important topic for us, ways topic. To understand independent platform, you must hear this ways knowledge. So what is ways, how it's working here? Let us see about ways. Okay, here some question for you guys. Some question, yes, some question for you guys. Can we run any? Can we run any program without 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 ways? Without ways? Can we run any program without ways? Say yes or no. Yeah, this is question for you guys. Of course, I'll
No, sir.
explain. Yes, can we run any program without OS? Say yes or no. Yes, or else
No,
you can
sir.
ping. You can ping in chat box. Yes, I'm expecting answers from everyone. Yes, ping in chat box. Say yes or no. Yes, for this answer, answer. Yes is no. Answer is no. Compulsory voice required. Without voice, we can't do anything. So without voice, we can't do anything. Now, what is, yes, what is voice? So what is voice? Okay. So what is voice? Voice means operating system. Shortcut voice. So what is operating system? Let us see what is exactly voice. What is exactly voice? Suppose for example here your laptop. Yes, your laptop. Okay. Yes, your laptop. Yes, hardware. Your laptop hardware. Your laptop hardware. After purchasing laptop, what is next step? Yes, we have to set up the OS. In laptop, we have to set up OS. So then operating system. On top of hardware, yes, this is operating system. Yes, you have to set up operating system. So once OS setup is done, okay, once the setup is done here, OS setup is done, your system is ready. See, my laptop is ready with OS, right? Laptop started working with OS. So this is the OS, Windows OS. So this OS is responsible to take your request here. OS is responsible to take and process your request. Every request taken by OS and processing here. OS is responsible. Okay. So OS is responsible. So without this OS, we can't do anything. Compulsory OS required. Compulsory OS required. First hardware, on top of hardware, this is OS, right? Okay, fine. Now system is ready. Once the system is ready, what is next step? Suppose learning Java. To learn Java, yes, you have to install Java software. On top of OS, you have to install Java software. Suppose learning C language, you have to install C language. Learning C++, you have to install it. Suppose Hadoop using, yes, Hadoop has to install here. So Python, yes, using Python you have to install. So database installing, database using The database also you have to install here. Okay. Yes, database also you have to install. So on top of OS, all these are running. So these are what application softwares. All these are application softwares. Yes, application softwares. All these are application software. Okay, these called application softwares here. All these are application softwares. Okay, all these are Java, C, C++, Hadoop, Python. See all the programs running on top of OS. Okay, all of the application software programs, all the programs running on top of OS. Okay, on top of OS, running all this. So it's like it's giving platform. OS giving platform. It's giving platform to run all the programs. On top of it only, all are running. So it's like a platform. So like a platform. So what is OS? What is OS? Simple answer. Yes, it is a platform. Yes, simple answer is a platform. It's a platform. So what is OS? Simple answer. It's a platform. Yes, it's a platform where where we can run all the application softwares, all the application software, all the application software. It's a platform. So OS is a platform. Yes, it's a platform. So what is OS? It's a platform. Simple answer. What is OS? What is operating system? Yes, it's a platform. It's a platform where we can run all the applications software. Where we can run all the applications software. Okay, fine. See how this OS is working. How this OS is working. Okay, let us see. Suppose Java program generating some output. Java program generating some output. So output of Java program simply goes to OS. First of all, deliver to OS. Output of Java program first of all deliver to OS and then transfer to output device. Okay, not only Java program, maybe C program, maybe Python or C++ or database Hadoop. Yes, all the application software programs, all the programs output first of all deliver to OS. First delivering output to OS and then transfer to output device. Suppose reading from the keyboard. Suppose Java program or C program reading from the keyboard. Keyboard data simply goes to OS. Okay. So first of all, keyboard data transfer to OS from OS to OS to your programs, maybe C program or Java program. So application software, between application software and hardware, there is a OS. So OS is communicating. So OS is communicating between application software and hardware components. Okay, application software and hardware. So like a mediator. So OS is working like a mediator between application software and hardware. Exactly, we can see the interface. Mediator means interface. Terminology interface. Yes, it is an interface. So OS. Yes, it is an interface. It is an interface. It's an interface. It's an interface between. Yes, it's an interface. It's an interface between application software. Yes, application software and hardware components and hardware components. Right? Yes, it's an interface. So OS is an interface. It is an interface between application software and hardware. Okay, fine. Next, see here how this is OS. How this OS is communicating between your Java program and hardware, or C program and hardware. For this purpose, in OS, there is a input output library. There's the input output library. This point is very important for us. This point is very important for Java. Yes, input output library. So what is library? Library is a collection of functions. Library contains all the functions. See here, operating systems. Almost all operating systems, every ways developed in C language. Every ways was developed in C language. Unix in C language, Linux in C language, Windows in C language, Mac OS, like Solaris, like this many operating systems. Yes, in software field we have many operating systems. Every ways, all the operating systems were developed in C language only. See here, first Unix ways. First Unix ways was developed. First ways is Unix way. Unix ways. Unix was developed in C language. Same Unix ways modified to Linux ways. Same Unix ways modified to Windows also. Even Windows also like a Yes, that Unix based programming. Okay. Yes, initially Unix was developed in C language. So Linux is from the Unix base. Even Windows operating system also same Unix programs. Okay. So everyone, all operations were developed in C language. All are in C language. Library. That library is nothing but a C language library. C language library. So what is C language library? Like stdio.h, it's a C language library file, right? stdio.h, convert.h, stdlib, standard lib.h, standard io.h, sting.h, math.h. So there are many libraries in C language, right? It's like the same. So library is a collection of functions, input output functions. Okay, every ways has its own library. Yes, every operating system has its own library, its own library. Every ways has its own library, library, library. Yes, to communicate, to communicate, to communicate, to communicate between application software and hardware components. Okay, so every ways has its own library to communicate between application software and hardware components. Library, it's a collection of input output functions. Library, it's a collection of input output functions to perform IO transactions, input output transactions. Fine. Next, one more important point here. One more important point. One more important point here. Suppose C program. So before going to run C program, that C program first of all links with OS library. Of linking with OS library, then communicates with the hardware components. Yes, even Java program also. Java program first of all links with OS library. Of linking with OS library, then communicates with the hardware components. It has to link. Even Python also. Even Python also links with OS library. Of linking, then communicates with the hardware components. Every application software program, every program, maybe Java or C or C++, maybe Hadoop, maybe Python, maybe database. Every program has to link with OS library to communicate with the hardware components. Yeah, that linking may be static linking or dynamic linking. Suppose C language static linking means at compile time itself linking. Java is a dynamic linking means runtime. Python, Python, Java. Those are dynamic linking at runtime linking. But C and C++ at compile time itself linking here. Yes, the topic we'll discuss next. Practically I'll show. Okay, in C language, how that linking at compile time itself means statically. Yes, in Java runtime, how it's linking at runtime. Yes, I'll show practically. Yes, in Java program, in C program also one example here. C example also will discuss. Yes, to understand independent of platform, I have to explain all the things here. To understand independent of platform here, I should explain all this. Yes, even C program exe file also. How C program exe file is working, that also will discuss. Okay. Next, Python, how Python program is working, that also will discuss. Next, how Java program is working, that also will discuss. I'll explain all of these things. Okay. So every program has to link with OS library to communicate with hardware components. Yes. Try to remember this point. Yes, every program every program has to has to link has to link with OS library, has to link with OS library to communicate with the hardware components. Every program every program has to link with OS library to communicate to communicate to communicate to communicate with the hardware components, with the hardware components. Compulsory it has to link. Okay. Yes, when this linking takes place here, when that linking here, some cases compile time itself, some cases runtime here. Suppose C and C++ compile time, C and C++ compile time, .NET also compile time, but Java Python case is runtime here. Yes, Java Python case runtime. Runtime is dynamically linking. Java and Python case runtime linking is dynamically linking. Okay. C and C++ compile time is statically linking. Statically linking, dynamically linking here. The topic we'll discuss in Java features. Yes, independent of platform. Independent of platform. That time we'll discuss about static link and dynamic link. Okay, fine. So this is about OS. Okay. Yes, if you know this one here, then easy to understand independent of platform. Fine. Okay. So that's all about OS. Enough. Yes, not more than this enough here. So here, first question. First question, can we run any program without OS? No, we can't run. Compulsory OS required. So what is OS? What is OS? OS is a platform. OS is a platform. On top of it, all the programs running. Yes, even for MS Office also OS required. Even for MS Office also OS required. Even for MS Office also OS required. Okay, it's a platform. So it's like a platform. It's a platform. Okay, on top of it all running, right? Next, not only platform, it's acting as interface. Interface between application software and hardware components. Interface. Okay. Next, to communicate between application software and hardware. Hardware. Yes, ways using library. So ways internally using library. So with the help of library also, with the help of library only everything is happening inside the ways here. Library, very important point here. So with the library only ways doing everything here with library. Okay, so every ways has its own library to communicate between application software and hardware components. Okay, right? Yes, here every program has to link with ways library. After linking with ways library, then communicates with the hardware components. So here, before going to start any program, before going to start running, before going to run the program here, that has to link compulsory. That should be linked with OS library. Every program has to link with OS library. After linking only, then program execution starts. Okay. So after linking, first of all, linking with OS library. After linking with OS library, then program, yes, running starts. Program running starts. Otherwise, never running program here. Okay, how that linking takes place? Yes, we'll discuss in Java. We'll discuss Java independent of platform. That time we'll discuss. Okay, so this is about OS. Fine. So about OS. Okay. Yes. Yes, OS fine. Yes. Yes, Java comes on application software. So let us move to application software. Java is a application software. See this. See the document here. Next, one more thing. Yes, running notes not necessary here. Writing running notes is not necessary. Don't worry about running notes. It's not necessary. It's there in document here. In document, I have prepared all. In document, all are prepared here. So you don't worry, guys. Just try to understand classes. Try to watch very clearly. So try to understand here. Don't write any running notes. Not necessary. Okay. Every topic is there in document here. Like a spoon feeding. Even single pointers not missing. Even single pointers not missing. Next, one more thing. What a topic is document, every topic explain in class. Okay, class topic and document, just to compare. Yes, exactly 100% matching. Yes, no difference. 100% matching here. See, yes, no introduction topic. Software is a collection of programs, right? Yes, software basically two categories. System software, next application software. System software, it interacts with the hardware components. Example, device drivers, operating systems. Next, application software series for the purpose of application development. Example, C, C++, Java, .NET, ERP, and others. Except OS. See this. Except operating systems, all are application software. Except OS, all are application softwares. Okay. Yes, device driver. So what is device driver? Device drivers are to run the devices. Device driver, they are the programs to run the devices. Okay. Yes, what is OS? See this, our topic. Okay, it's a platform where we can run all application softwares. Yes, it's an interface. Okay, next, every OS has its own library to communicate between same points here. Okay, yes, every program has to link. Every program links with OS library. See, every program links with OS library before going to start execution. Before going to start execution, that's it. See, hardware. On top of hardware, there is a OS. On top of OS, this is application software. Hardware, operating system, application software, that's it. So till now, what I discussed, everything is there in documents. Okay. Yes, next our topic is application software. So let us move to applications. Java is a application software. So let us move to application software. Yes, application software. Application software. See, in application software, basically two categories: front-end software and back-end software. In application software, basically two categories: front-end and back-end. Front-end, back-end here. So what is front-end? What is back-end? Let us see. Front-end. For example, here, see, go to training, it's a form, right? Yes, here it's a form. Yes, it's a form. It's a form, right? Yes, in this form, yeah, this form we are filling registration form. Not to go to training here. Suppose Facebook ID creating, there are also registration form. Suppose Gmail ID creating, registration form. Suppose your college ID creating, registration form. Suppose in a company, yes, your employee ID creating, right? There is also registration form. Everywhere registration form required. Registration, right? That registration form. Okay. So filling all the information, right? Filling all the information, submit. Once submitted, this data goes to some location, storing somewhere. See here, this form is called as user interface. Okay, interacting with the end users called as front end. This is front end. This form is a front end. This form is a front end. So called as front end. So front end interact with the end users. We are the end users. See, we are providing information, right? We are providing information. We are providing some information. Right? So we are the end users. End user means who is using application. So Flipkart placing orders. We are the end users of Flipkart here. Okay, Flipkart. Okay, we are the end user. Facebook. We are using Facebook. So we are the end users who are using application. Those are the end users. So we are the end users. Okay. Now it's a front end. Now front end. Front end interact with end users. Front end interact with end users. It will collect data from end user. Collecting data from end user. After collecting, then storing to some location. That location is called as backend. So backend. See, all of your information storing some location, right? Sublocation. That location is called as backend. So all of your details storing to some backends or some databases. Right, okay. So your information in the backend, right? So now Durgasoft, they can take all the backend information. Yes, they can. Yes, they can identify who attended classes. Okay, follow-up mails and all this. How they are able to follow? Yes, your information is storing somewhere. That location is called as backend. So backend is location where storing and maintaining all the data. Okay. So front end, backend here. So application software, there's a front end and there's a backend. So front end. These are to interact with end users. It collects data from end user and stores in the backend. Okay. Yes, backend software. These are used to store and maintain data. Storing and maintaining data. Yes, your data will be maintained. After 10 days also, Durgasoft can see what data. After 6 months, they can see the data here. They can see data, all data. Your registered data will be there. Okay. Yes, a backend example, database and files. Yes, databases. Databases means like Oracle is a database. Oracle is a database. MySQL is a database. Next, Microsoft SQL Server, all database. Next, files. Files means like Windows files. This is a file, right? In this file, some information stored is a file. Files, Windows files, Linux files, Hadoop file system, HDFS like that. Those are the backends. Backend is a location where storing and maintaining all data. Is location where storing and maintaining all data. Right, okay. So what is Java? Java comes on the front end. Java is a front end. Java comes on the front end. Now let us move to front end here. See why calling as front end here. It's the HTML form. Behind of HTML form, some Java program. Java program taking this data. Java program taking your data. Behind of this form, this is a Java program. The Java program taking our data, so it's a front end. Okay. Suppose anything which is using for data storage called backend. Data storage is backend. Okay, which is collecting data is a front end. So Java program behind of this Java program. So Java comes on the front end. Java is a front end. Java is a front end. Java is a front end. So let us move to front end. Yes, in front end here, there are two things: languages and packages. Yes, if it is language, we should write the coding. In language, we should write the coding. Yes, package no codes. It's a predefined one, ready-made one, ready to use. Package is Yes, ready, medium, and ready to use. For example, MS Soft is a package, right? See file menu, next home menu, insert menu, design menu, all the predefined options. Ready, medium, and ready to use. No programming. Without any programming, just we are preparing document, right? Okay. So this is called a package. Suppose ERP package like Tally accounting package. In Tally accounting, yes, Tally accounting. There's a yes, create and debit forms, right? Create forms and create date forms, predefined forms, fill that form, submit. That's it here. Data storing somewhere. So those are the packages. Those are the packages. So package is ready-made one, ready to use. Language, we should write the coding. If Java comes under languages. Java is a language. Now let us move to language. Yes, let us move to language. Okay, see how I'm introducing it to Java. Try to observe it. The way introducing it to Java here. Try to observe that introduction here. See computerware, hardware, and software. Ours is software. So started software. In software, system software, application software. So Java comes under application software. Then move to application software. Okay, application software. In application software, there is a front end, back end. Java is a front end. That's the reason move to front end. Okay, started front end. In front end, languages and packages. Java comes on languages. That's the reason moving to languages. Okay, languages. Okay, let us see. Languages. Okay, language. Yes, language. Language. So what's a language? See here, every day we are speaking many languages, right? Like English, Hindi, Telugu, maybe Tamil, Kannada, something like this. Why? Communication purpose. So what is language exactly? It's a media of communication. Language is a media of communication between two living things. It's a media of communication between two living things. Maybe two persons, or two animals, or two trees. Every living thing has its own language. Okay. Now let us come to software field. Let us come to software. See, in software, we are understanding some language. In software, we are understanding some language. System understanding different language. Our language different, system understandable language different here. Our language different, system understandable language different here. So what is our language? Let us see our language. Suppose, for example, let us take some Java program. Java program. Suppose test.java. It's a Java program. Yes, see this. This is Java program, looking like English language. This is user understandable language. English language. Hours like English language. Okay. Suppose some Python program, Python suppose test.py open with notepad. See this Python script like English language. It's user understandable. Yes, we can understand very easily. It's user understandable. Okay. One more example. Suppose HTML code. HTML code. Yes. HTML code series English language. Maybe C program, all are English language. Looks like English language, called a high level language. It's a high level language. It's a high level language. Okay, right? What is system understandable language here? System can't understand our English. System can't understand English here. Okay, system understandable language is a zeros ones format. Here, this language called as binary codes. Yes, binary instructions is a binary code. See, every instruction converts in a binary format. Your English language, suppose Java program in English language, that program has to convert into binary codes, then submit to processor. Here, binary code means system understand language. System means is a processor like 8084, 8086. It's a processor understandable language called as machine language. Okay, so system understanding binary code, user understanding English. So you can system understandable, user understandable. System understandable language called as low level language. It's a low level language. Yes, it's a low level language. System understandable, low level language. Okay, low level language. System understandable, low level language. Next, user understandable. Okay, yes, user understandable. So in languages, there are two categories. In software here, Languages, there are two categories: low level languages and user understandable languages. Low level languages and user understandable language. So what is low level language? Low level language. Yes, low level language. Yes, it is a yes, it is a yes, system understandable language. Yes, system understandable. Is a system understandable. Is a system understandable language. Understandable language. Understandable language. Okay, language. Yes, it is. Yes, it is in the form of binary code. It is in the form of binary code. It's a binary code like a zeros ones format. Zeros ones format. Okay. Yes, it is called as machine language. It is called as machine language. It's a machine language. Just it's a machine language. That's it. Simple machine language. Okay, low level language. It's a machine language. Okay, zeros ones called as machine language. It's a binary code. It's a machine language. Machine language. Here, machine language is a first generated language. Yes, it is a first generated language in the computers. Yes, in computer field here. Yes, machine language is a first generated language. Later, all the other language, machine language. Okay, it's a system understandable language called as machine language. It is called as machine language. Machine language. Okay. Next, user understandable language. User understandable language. Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is like English language. Yes, it is like English language. Yes, it's a yes low level language. One second. Mistake. High level, low level, high level language. Low level, high level languages. Yes, language basically two categories: low level languages, next high level languages. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level language, it's a system understandable language. It is a system understandable language. Yes, it is in the form of binary code. It is called as machine language. Second one, high level language. Yes, high level language. Yes, it's a user understandable language. High level language. Okay, it is a these are user understandable languages. User understandable like C language, Java language, C++, all are high level language. Looks like English language. Okay, C is a first high level language. C is a first high level language. Before C, we don't have any other high level language. C language developed in the year 1972. 1972 by the Dennis Ritchie. So before that, we don't have any high level language. C is a first high level language. Okay. So high level languages. These are user understandable languages. So it is like English language. Exactly like English language. Yes, English language. It's like English language. Yes, it's like English language. Like English language. Yes, it is very easy to understand. Very easy. So very yes, easy to understand. Very easy to understand. Right, okay. So high level language very easy to understand. Fine. Low level language system understandable. High level languages user understandable. Okay. Right? See in both cases, in both low level, high level languages, there are some generation of language. Both cases there are some generation of languages. Let's see generation of language. Generation. Yes, generation of languages. Yes, how many generation of languages? Generation of language, GL, calling it GL, simply calling it GL. Yes, how many generations of languages? How many generations? There are four generations. There are four generations. There are four generations. There are four generations. Four generations. There are four generations. Facial. Yes, facial. One second. Facial. Facial. Yes, second GL. Yes, third GL. Third GL. And fourth GL. Facial. What is facial? Yes, it's a machine language. Facial is a machine language. First generated language. It's a machine language. It's a machine language. First generated. It's a machine language. Yes, it is in the form binary code. It's a binary code. Binary code like the zeros ones format. Like zeros ones format. Zeros ones format. It is a binary code. It is a facial. First generated language is machine language. Okay. Yes. Second generated assembly language. Assembly language. Assembly. Yes. Assembly language. Assembly language. Okay. See here, first generation and second generation. These are low level languages. Yet these all are unknown facts. Okay. See, till now what are discussed, all their unknown facts. Okay. Yes, even 10 years of guys also, 10 years of experience is also, they can't answer properly. What this waste means? Yeah, this kind of experience they can't give it. Yes, even experienced guys are they don't know about this. These are some unknown facts. Yes, unknown facts. Okay, experienced guys are they don't know about this. There's some unknown facts. Okay, see every point you have to answer. In interest, everything you have to answer. Okay, so that's the reason explaining from the basics. Next, one more thing, to understand Java, you must have these basics knowledge first of all. Basics knowledge. Okay, so there are four generations here. There are four generations. Yes, first and second generation. These are low-level languages. Low-level languages. First and second generation comes from low-level languages. Okay, low-level languages. These are computer understandable languages. These are computer understandable, not required for us. Computer internally using these two languages. Computer internally using these two languages, not required. Not required for us. Okay, ours is high-level languages. Yes, we will be working on high-level languages like Java, C, C++, Python. Okay, next HTML. All are high-level languages. High-level languages. Okay, in high-level languages, third and fourth generation. These two are third GL, fourth GL. These two are high-level languages. These two are high-level languages. Okay, high-level languages. Third GL, fourth GL. Third GL and fourth GL. High-level languages. In this also, third GL almost outdated. Now presently we are using all fourth generation only. So third GL, what are the third generation language? Like procedure oriented language. What is procedure? I'll explain. What is procedure? We'll discuss. Procedure oriented languages. Procedure oriented languages. Procedure oriented languages. Okay. Procedure oriented language like COBOL. COBOL very old language. 90s. 90s. Okay. Before Java, already COBOL is there. COBOL in 90s. This is. These procedure oriented 90s. These languages were used in 90s. 1990, that period, 90s period, 90s period. COBOL, yes, COBOL language using for the mainframe applications. Still mainframe applications are using the markets. Still mainframe applications are there. See, in our office also mainframe application team is, COBOL team is there. Yeah, Debold. Yes, in our Debold, still COBOL team is there. Still we have the mainframe applications. Okay, so mainframe applications. Yes, COBOL. Next Pascal. Yeah, Pascal outdated. This is next Fortran. They're very old language. Fortran. Next Basic. Next Lisp. AutoCAD Lisp. Lisp is using for the order. Still is in use. AutoCAD in AutoCAD CAD CAM. Like civil engineering drawing, mechanical engineering drawing. That case using Lisp. Lisp is the AutoCAD language. Okay, next one more, Python. Python very old language. Means after C language only, everything is after C language. But one of the old languages. So Python. Yes, in Python we can write procedures. Yes, what is procedure? I'll explain. Next, fourth generation. Yes, in fourth generation there are different languages. First one is functional oriented languages. Functional oriented languages. For this example, C and Python. Functional oriented. Second one, yes, objects. Yes, object oriented languages. Object oriented languages. OOP language. Object oriented programming. Programming language means OOP languages. Okay, these are like C++, Python. Okay, next Java, Scala. OOP language. Object oriented programming language here. C++, Python, Java, and Scala. Okay. Yes. Next, third one. Yes, objects based. These all are fourth generation. Yes, object based languages here. Object based languages. Okay. For this example, JavaScript. Yes, object based. Yes, JavaScript. Next, one more Object C language. Object C is there. Object C. Yes, Object C using with the Android. Object C using in Android. Okay. Yes. Next here, object based language. Next one more, fourth one is here. Purely, purely, yes, purely objects oriented programming language. Purely object oriented. Yes, purely objects oriented programming language. Purely object oriented programming languages. Purely object oriented programming languages. For this example, Python and Scala. Python and Scala comes under this. Python and Scala. Let us see one by one what are these things here. Let us see one by one. So third generation. Yes, third generation procedure oriented. Procedure oriented. So what is procedure? So what is procedure? Next in fourth generation there is a functional oriented. Procedure and function looks like a same. Procedure and function looks like the same, but some difference, some little bit different. Suppose some x procedure, some x procedure, x open bracket, close bracket, open brace and close brace, starting ending, some statements, first statement, yes, next statement, yes, next statement, yes, next statement, yes, next statement. There are some statements. There are some statements. Okay. X, it's a procedure. Next, function also looks like same. Procedure and function both are set of statements. There are some set of statements. Procedure and function both are set of statements to perform some task. To perform some task. The difference is here written some values, maybe 10, something like this. Suppose if it is returning value called as function, no return value, procedure. So first one is a procedure, second one is a function. Okay, 1 second, let me take some water. Yes, procedure. So first one procedure, second one function. Procedure and function. Procedure and function both are set of statements. Both are set of statements to perform some task. Both are just set of statements. Yet they are set of statements. Set of statements to perform certain task. The difference is function returning a value, return of some 10. Okay, procedure does not return a value, no written value. Procedure don't have any written value. There's a difference here. Okay, yes. See, procedure oriented. Yes, COBOL, Pascal, basic Fortran, all this here. Okay, Python, all these procedure oriented language. Third generation is. Third generation almost outdated, except Python. Almost all outdated. Fourth generation, functional oriented language. C is a functional oriented language. In C language, everything is function. Okay, to compile a C program, at least one function required. To compile C program, at least one function required. Maybe main function or some other functions. A C program contains all the functions. In C language, every task is handling by the function. Yes, everything is function in C language. That's the reason called as functional oriented language. Everything is function. If everything is function, it's a functional oriented. Every task by the function. That's the reason called as functional oriented. Okay, in Python also we can write functions like C language functions. Like C language functions, we can write functions here also. Okay, in Python we can write procedures and functions also. Right? Okay. Next, object-oriented programming language. So, what is object-oriented programming? So, object-oriented programming. So, what is exactly object-oriented programming? Yes, so OOP, simply calling as OOP, right? So, what is OOP? OOP is a concept. OOP is a concept. OOP is a concept, it's not a language. OOP is a concept. So OOP is a concept. Yes, it's not a language. Yes, why OOP concept was developed? Why OOP concept was developed? See, before OOP, we have the C language. C is a first high level language. A C language easy to understand, easy to work. Compared to machine language, very easy. Okay. In C language, some disadvantage. What is disadvantage with C language? Yes, C language disadvantage. Data is global. There is no security for data in C language. There is no security for data in C language. Okay, in C language, everything is global. Everything is global. Data is global. Functions global. Global means globally, means from anywhere. Global means suppose internet is global, right? Globally. Suppose Facebook application, global application. Durga website is a global application on internet, right? Global means from worldwide, from anywhere. So globally, yes, in C programming, in C application, data is global, means from anywhere and anyone can modify the data. Yes, from any location, anyone can modify without any permission. Directly they can modify because data is global. Since data is global, anyone can modify. So anyone, yes, it's a public access means chance of corrupting data. Chance of corrupting data, right? There is no security for data. In C language, there is no security for data. To achieve data security, OOPS concept was developed. Okay, OOPS concept was developed. So OOPS concept was developed with some features. OOPS concept was developed with some features. Features. 1 second. Yes, these are OOPS features. OOPS concept was developed with these features. Okay, with these features. Okay, yes. So you can OOP concepts. So here, yes, to achieve data security, OOP concept was developed here. So initially OOP was developed to achieve data security. Later added so many features. So initially, this OOP concept developed with only two features like encapsulation, data abstraction. OOP developed with only two features like encapsulation and data abstraction. Later added many features like method overloading, constructors, destructors, inheritance, polymorphism, like that many features. The topic later we'll discuss. This is not right time. Okay, right time to discuss here. So we'll see next. So any language which is supporting at least 50% of the OOPS features. Any language which is supporting at least 50% of that OOPS concept features. That language called as object-oriented programming language. Okay, any language which is supporting OOPS, at least 50% of OOPS features, that is called as object-oriented programming language. Example, first OOPS language C++. Okay, next OOPS language Python. Yes, after Python, next OOPS language Java. After Java, next OOPS language .NET C hash, .NET C hash. After .NET C hash, Scala. Scala recently, yes, in 2008, Scala developed in the year 2008. It's a data processing language. Scala using with the Hadoop applications. Scala using with the Hadoop framework. Scala using with Hadoop and Spark frameworks. Hadoop and Spark frameworks. Okay, fine. Yes. So about object-oriented programming language. Right, okay. So any language which is supporting at least 50% of object-oriented features, OOP features, that language called object-oriented. Yes, here Java supports object-oriented, so Java is object-oriented. Fine. About object-oriented. Next, object-based language. So what is object-based language? See, object-based language. Next, object-oriented programming language. Same, similar. The difference is here, except inheritance. Yes, except inheritance. See, in object-based language also can achieve data security. Data security. Data security, both cases available, except inheritance. Object-based language features are similar to object-oriented, except inheritance. Object-based language don't have the inheritance. In object-based language also, we can write classes, we can define classes, we can create objects, we can achieve data security like encapsulation and data abstraction. Both cases is available, but inheritance, this does not support inheritance. Inheritance. Okay, inheritance concept don't have it. Inheritance is like parent and child, parent and code reusability, code reusability. In JavaScript, we can define the classes and we can create objects, but don't have the code reusability concept, except that same. Next, purely object oriented programming language. So what is purely object oriented? Purely object oriented means everything is objects. Here purely object oriented means everything is object. Everything is object. Suppose for example, int a equal to 10. So this 10 storing instead of variable. Instead of suppose data storing inside the variable, data security is less. Data storing instead of variable, data security less here. Suppose instead of variable, if it's storing inside the objects, if data storing inside the objects, suppose integer, yes integer, yes integer, I1 is equal to new integer. Yes, don't worry. Even not understanding here, don't worry. Now this what happens here? Here it will create one object. So insert the object keeping 10. So object is like a box. See, variable is open to outsides. Variable is open simply here. Variable is a public, it's open here. But if it is object, object is like a box. Okay, object is like a box. Okay, 1 second. Yes, object. Object is like a box. See, these objects. See, objects. Objects. See, this object. Some data stored inside the object, keeping all the data. Yes, in document, everything practically expand here with memory map and all this expand here. Object is like a box. Yeah, these objects. So remember A, B like some data. Data storing inside the object, like the objects, there are objects here. Object is like a box. Yes, if data stored inside the box is secure. Data in the box, it's secure. Yes, purely object oriented, everything is objects. Everything is objects. So every data storing inside the object only, no outside data. Suppose variable means outside data. Suppose in Java and C++, yes, we can declare variable like this. You can use variable. It means outside data we can use. Suppose if it's purely object, there is no outside. Everything is inside the box, inside the objects. Yes, everything is object, that is called as object, purely object oriented. Okay. In Scala, everything storing inside the object only. In Scala, everything is inside the object like a box. So it's a secure. Yes, in Python also, yes. Python also everything inside the objects. Python also everything inside the object. There is no outside data here. Everything is inside, means everything inside the box only. If data inside the box, there is a security for data. So if it is purely object oriented, 100% security for data. 100% data security can achieve here. 100%. 100% purely object oriented means 100% object oriented. 100% object oriented. So 100% data security here. Okay, for this example, Python and Scala. Python and Scala. See Scala, exactly what is Scala here? Yes, maybe Scala new to for you. Maybe heard about Java, heard about Python, yes, heard about C and C++. Scala may be new terminology. Scala language. If you know the Java and Python, it's a Scala. Scala is a combination of Java and Python. Scala, if you know the Java and Python, it's a Scala. Scala is very simple, very easy to understand. Even easier than Python and Java. Okay, 1 second. If you know the Java, you can enjoy in Python. First learn Java, later go for Python. You can enjoy in Python. First learning Java, later go to Python. You can enjoy in Python here. In Scala also you can enjoy. Okay, who is having Java knowledge, they can enjoy the software field. Not only in Python Scala here, who is having Java knowledge, they can enjoy in software field. Okay, yes, they can perform very better than any other software resources. Java guys can perform better than any other software resources. Yes, same that result. Okay, yes, that results I'm seeing here. Okay, right. So Java developer can survive anywhere. So if you are a Java developer, you can survive in software field very easily here. Compared to any others here for Java. Yes, you once you are a Java, you are a professional. Okay, Java developer is having lot of yes respect in software field. Okay, Java developer. Yes, Java developer. Yes, highly respected. Yes, guys in markets. Because Java development is not easy compared to other software fields. Okay, fine. Okay, so about fourth generation. Okay, there are different generation of language. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. One second. Let us go to document. Yes, in document here. Yes, one second. Java documents. See, till now whatever discussed. Yes, everything is the document here. Front end, back end, languages and packages, language low level and high level languages. Okay. Yes, generation of language. All this is there. First generation, second generation, third and fourth. First and second generation low level languages. See that. Very clearly prepared in document. High level languages. Yes, very clearly prepared. Third and fourth generation. Okay. Yes. What is what is pressure function? Procedure function, both are set of statements. Two persons on task. The defense function returns a value, whereas procedure does not return a value. Very clearly explains. Okay. Yes. Next here, high level language, low level language. See, every high level language program instructions has to convert into low level language. Suppose Java program or HTML, Python. It's a high level language. These instructions have to convert into binary codes. After converting into binary codes, then executing, finally getting output. Who will convert? Who will convert from high level language to binary code, system understandable language? Who will convert? Who will convert from high level language to binary codes? High level language to binary code. Who will convert? Either interpreter or compiler. Either interpreter or compiler. Either interpreter or compiler will convert. Yes, will convert from high level language to yes binary codes. Okay, either interpreter or compiler converts from high level language to binary codes. So interpreter compiler both are converting from high level language to binary code, but the way it's working is different. Lot of difference is there. So what is interpreter? What is compiler? Okay, difference between interpreter versus compiler is very big topic. Okay, next Java depending on what? Is it interpreter based or compiler? Java depending on both here. Compiler and interpreter. How? How? What's the reason behind of this? Okay, so you get Java depending on both the compiler as well as interpreter. Yes, we'll discuss. I'll explain very clearly. Okay, so what is exactly dot class file? Okay, right? Yes, what is happening in Java? That concept here. Okay, so till now, all the basics are finished here. Next, entering into Java. So here, to understand Java, these features, to understand these features here, today topic is a prerequisite. If you know about today concepts here, then easy to understand Java features. That's the reason expand about this. Yes, even for this understanding here, before that, first of all about interpreter and compiler knowledge. Yes, interpreter compiler. Here, there's a concept of exe file. Here, exe file. Yes, generating exe file. Yes, like exe file concepts. Here we'll be discussing about exe file. Yes, if you understand that exe file, then easy to understand Java dot class file and Java independent platform. Okay, yeah. So that's all for today. Yes, any doubts? Yes, give 1 second. Don't leave, please. Just a minute. Yes, 1 second. 1 second. My phone. Yes, 1 second. Yes, for your batch, WhatsApp group already created. Yes, still anyone has to submit information, please submit this. So this WhatsApp, my WhatsApp number, yes, 8179189123. Yes, your batch WhatsApp group. Yes, one second, it's opening. See here, 11:45 your batch. Yes, some communication going on with the batch members. So this is your group information. Yes, almost yeah, 11 members submitted their information. Okay, these members, Sharon, Ishan, Nagarjuna, somebody like this. Yes, all this. Okay. Yes, still anyone pending are there? Please provide information. Yes, your name. Yes, next. What's your yes course learning? Course learning. Next. What's your time? Next. Yes, your Gmail ID required compulsory. Okay. Yes, today. Yes, I'll share these documents. Today I'll share these documents here. These documents plus recordings. So to yesterday and today recordings. These two recordings I'll share it. One second. Yeah, this is my WhatsApp number. Please take it. Still anyone pending are there? Take this. Okay. Yes. Gmail ID required compulsory. Yes, all are through the Google Drive only. I'll be sharing. Google Drive. Yes, Java. Yes, Java software. I will share it. You don't download here. Suppose if you try to download Java software, it will ask for Oracle accounts. Yes, my office softwares I'll be sharing. Don't worry. My office software I'll share it. JDK soft, JDK 8 and 9, both I'll share it. JDK 8, JDK 9, Eclipse that softwares plus your class document. This class document also I'll share it. Yes, this is for you only. Yes, almost 475-page document. This document including 300 examples and yes, more than 500 interview questions. Interview questions and examples, many things are there. Okay. Yes, please submit. Still any pending are there? Submit this information. This is my number here. Submit this. Okay. 179-189-123. Submit this information. Yes. Here everyday communication. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in WhatsApp. Yes, in group you can ask or personally also you can ask. No. See in group what is happening here? Yes, group members that students are sharing their knowledge. They are sharing their knowledge in group. In group, they are sharing their knowledge. Very useful. WhatsApp group is very useful for you. Sharing your knowledge. Yes, sharing your batch members' knowledge here. Suppose any doubts are there, just ping me. I'll respond immediately. Like a Google immediately responds. Okay. See, some answers may be Google responding, may not be responding, but I can do any kind of things because I'm more than the industry. My experience is more than the industry, no doubts. Okay. Yes, some issues may not be getting from the Google also. That kind of issues I can solve. I have that much of experience in Java and Hadoop area. Okay. Yeah. So this is my WhatsApp. Please note it. Please note it. Please note it. Okay, fine. Yes. Any doubts? Yes, guys, any doubts? If no doubts, let us find up session for today. Yes, next class will be on Monday. Tomorrow don't have the class. Only this Saturday is cancelling class here. Actually, Monday to Saturday classes. Monday to Saturday. Only this Saturday cancelling. Reason, Monday someone is joining. From Monday onwards, some new guys are joining your batch. So for them purpose here, tomorrow class cancelling Saturday. Okay. So next class will be on Monday with the new URL. Yes, new link. New link. Yes, Monday with new link here. Yes, Monday on my next class. Yes, next session. Next session will be will be on Monday. Monday same time. Monday, yes, Monday same time. 11:30. 11:30 a.m. with new link. Yes, that link I'll share in the WhatsApp group. That link I'll share in your group. That is advantage of group. First advantage, main advantage is here. Link, any link changes here, immediately sharing. So Monday, next class, right? Yes, any doubts? So thank you guys. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday, right? Let us wind up session. Thank you.